Hi everyone, welcome to this week's video from the Purple Penny. My name's Mark. I own and run the Purple Penny along with my wife Catherine. We're a coin dealer in the northern suburbs of Adelaide. We buy and sell coins and banknotes and collectibles from the public and resell them through our website and here in the shop. We're just coming up to our 5th birthday here in the shop, and it's been a blast the last 5 years. This is going to be the last video until the second week in June, because we're having some time off. We'll be closed from close of business this Saturday. We close at 1 o'clock, and we won't be reopening until Wednesday the 5th of June. So there's the times there. So we'll be closed from close of business this Saturday until Wednesday the 5th of June. The website's going to stop taking orders as of tomorrow evening, so all those orders will be hopefully sent out. If we receive payment by Friday, everything will be sent out by Friday. If you have placed an order and we haven't got payment by Friday, then it's not going to get shipped out until we're back in June. We will not be answering phone calls or emails or Facebook messages during that time. We are aware that there's going to be a mint release in the next few weeks that I believe will be line listed tomorrow. We're not taking any names for any of that sort of stuff, and we won't be recording anything from any emails that are sent to us when we're away. We will take care of our loyal customers when we get back in early June with that stuff. So if you are one of our loyal customers and you know who you are, then you'll get looked after when we get back in early June. There's no point sort of leaving messages. We sort of get back just literally hours before the shop reopens, and we will not have time to process emails or even look at emails before we reopen, so we'll just have to figure it out when we get back. Now, Wendy, we are not doing any videos after today until the second week of June. This is it until the second week of June. I don't even know when the public holidays are here in Australia or South Australia, but this is it until the second week of June. This is it. Right, what else is going on in the news? So we are closed, as I said, the second half of May. This is the last video until June. I got interviewed twice last week via phone calls. One was a journalist from Yahoo Finance, and another one was a journalist from 7 News. It was about the 2007 double header 5 cent that we had on our website available for sale until last week. And I believe I mentioned that coin here on these videos, but I'll just show you that coin again. There it is there. What made the coin a little bit different was that it had been discovered by a small boy in about 2010 or 2011, a small boy who was playing with a money box full of money and stacking up 5 cent pieces, and at some point when he was building his stacks, he noticed that one of the coins had 2 heads on it. It was a 2007 5 cent piece that had double obverse or 2 heads, and his parents put it to one side and they sold it to us a few months ago now, and gave their son, who is now a man, an adult, the proceeds of the sale. So, you know, it's a really sweet story, and I think both journalists did appreciate the sentiment behind the coin. So what is it? It was a coin that was made and struck with 2 obverse or heads dies. We don't know if it's mint sport, and by mint sport whether it was done deliberately or whether it was done by accident. We don't know how many there are, maybe several thousand you'd imagine, and they've mostly been found in and around Sydney, and I believe there's one collector who has found several dozen in and around Sydney. What are they worth? We sold this one for $2,000. It was what we called almost uncirculated. If you had an uncirculated one, then, you know, maybe $2,500 or $3,000. If it's heavily circulated, you know, somewhere between $1,000 and $2,000, I guess. They are very sought after. They are very collectible, and they do sell very quickly whenever we get one. Of course, both journalists asked me, should people go and look through their money box? So I gave them a quick lesson on mintages. So I believe the mintage of the 2007 5-cent piece is about 70 million. The year before, the 2006, the mintage is 360 million. And I think both of the journalists were absolutely dumbfounded at the sheer numbers of coins that were made. And, you know, I did suggest that the chances of you finding one, you might be better off just buying a lottery ticket rather than spending your entire life looking through 5-cent pieces, because your chances are pretty small. Right, the next story is, this is probably the 6th or 7th time I've spoken about Roma Numismatics. Roma Numismatics is a major United Kingdom London-based auction house, primarily focused on ancient coins. They've operated for the last several years. They were founded by a gentleman called Richard Beale, who was an ex-soldier. Unfortunately, Richard chose to step into the dark side and worked with coin thieves and smugglers, Italian coin thieves and smugglers, and basically knowingly handled and auctioned coins that had been looted from Greece and Italy, and worked in conjunction with the people that he'd bought those off of to falsify the provenance of those coins, to falsify the history of ownership of those coins in an attempt to lend them credence and authenticity. Many European countries, and I'll talk about another European country shortly, have strong controls over who can excavate in their countries. They have controls over the coins, about what can be taken out of the country and what can be brought into the country. And Italy and Greece are no different, and unscrupulous coin dealers unfortunately will work with thieves to try and create a history for that coin so that perhaps people will purchase them. Now, the coin I've got there is a sorry, I've just forgotten what it is, a tetradrachm of Metaxos. They were found off the coast of Lebanon and looted from Lebanon. They were then sold by someone in Lebanon to an Italian coin dealer, who then worked with Richard Beale to falsify the provenance of that coin. It sold for about £240,000. There was another gold aureus, which was an Eid Julius Caesar gold aureus, that they falsified the provenance of as well, and sold that for $2.4 million US. Beale, to his credit, has admitted to all of this, and in the last month or two, Roma auctions have included lots such as coin trays and coin cabinets and all the accessories that you need to keep a business running. So collectors thought that this was coming, and customers of Roma Numismatics received emails from their accounting department in the last week confirming that they are closing down. I believe a lot of their staff, not including Richard Beale, are moving over to an auction house called the Coin Cabinet, who are based very close to where Roma Numismatics currently is, but Roma Numismatics is ceasing trading on the 24th of May. So, unfortunately, greed has caused the end of this business, and the people that paid huge money for those coins have had to hand them into the police, and they've lost their money basically. So, play stupid games, win stupid prizes, I guess. Right, next story is about some enterprising brothers in Taiwan who formed a relationship with some Taiwanese and Chinese scrap recycling companies to buy Taiwanese $50 coins from those scrap and recycling companies. They bought them at about 60 or 70% of face value. They intended initially at least to take them to the bank and deposit them in the bank. The trouble with that is that the banks wouldn't accept them without the brothers paying a fee to determine that the coins are authentic, because many of the coins were either damaged or didn't look great. They looked like they were counterfeits. So the brothers chose not to pay the $7 Taiwanese fee to have the coins authenticated, and they hit on the next plan, which was to take the coins to a public transport depot and charge their public transport cards with the coins, either over the counter or through vending machines, and then to take the cards to another window and get a refund. So they were effectively using the coins to charge their bus cards or their train cards, and then taking the train cards to another window and getting a refund. It all fell apart when they had swapped some coins with someone in the bus station, and the coins would not go into the vending machine. Authorities reviewed security footage, identified the two brothers, and they've both now been arrested. They've passed 257,000 Taiwanese dollars worth of coins through the public transport machines, which sounds like a lot, but it's only about $12,000. So unfortunately, those two enterprising brothers are about to suffer the consequences for their acts. The next story is one that I was mentioning about European countries having tight control over distribution of their coins. This is a European country and a North African country. Moroccan authorities arrested an Italian coin dealer who was in Morocco and was loaded down with medieval Moroccan and silver coins. And they found in possession paperwork from an auction house in Madrid. And the operation ended up, the gentleman spilled the beans on what was going on in Spain, and people have been arrested in Spain carrying other Moroccan silver and gold coins with falsified auction records for the purchase of those coins from an auction house in Madrid. Now all the people have now been arrested. All the coins lacked the proper export licenses, and authorities believe what was happening was that this Italian gentleman was looting coins in Morocco, smuggling them out of the country, taking them to Spain, and an auction house in Spain was falsifying sales records for those coins to again create a provenance for them, and then they were taking them back out of the country illegally to try and sell them somewhere else with the fake auction records to try and prove that the coins were legitimate to sell. So very similar story to what happened with Roma Numismatics there, but this time with Moroccan coins and in Spain. Now this next coin has to take the record, as far as I'm concerned, for the largest coin I've ever seen sell. It is a world record for a value of a Polish coin that has been sold. It's a Polish Sigismund III Vasa 80 ducat coin, minted in 1621. It's graded by PCGS as AU50. It's just been auctioned on May the 4th, so just 2 days ago, for 1.3 million euro. That was the opening bid, and that's what it sold for. So that's a world record for a Polish coin. 1.3 million euro would be $2 million, or pretty close to it here in Australia. It last sold in 2020, which is just 4 years ago, at Stack Bowers for US $900,000, including commission. That's just 837,000 euros. So someone has made a nice 50% profit on this coin in 4 years. Now, what is it? It's an 80 ducat, and it weighs 282 grams. This is a 282 gram coin. It's got 98.6 fine gold, so there's almost 9 ounces of gold in this coin. 9 ounces is about over a quarter of a kilo of gold in this coin. How many of these were made? Well, I can only find records of 2 that are still extant, and it was struck in 1621 to commemorate the victory of the Polish and Lithuanian Commonwealth over the Ottomans in 1621. So it was made in the same year that victory happened, and this is only one of 2 known that I believe, and it is by far the better one, and it has just sold for 1.3 million euro, and yeah, a quarter of a kilo of gold. Quite remarkable. I was a bit stuck on what to talk about this week because it's been sort of hellishly busy getting ready to close up, but I did think about talking about a couple of things that we have bought and just sharing with you, perhaps stuff that we haven't shared with you before. So about 3 months ago we bought a 1923 halfpenny, and I can remember when I saw it, and excuse my both profanity and slightly bad language, when I saw it I just thought, holy crap, that's a nice 1923 halfpenny. And we got the grades for it this week. I'll just get that up here for you if I can figure out how to do that. No, that's not it. Right, there we go there. So this has just come back. Well, it hasn't come back, it's still at PCGS, but it's just been graded. the 1923 halfpenny, and it's just been graded AU58 brown. So there's the obverse side of the coin there, the obverse side being the head side, and there's a close-up of the King's Crown there. It's perhaps a little bit hard to see because it's a little bit softly struck, but there are 8 pearls and a full centre diamond on that coin. I've never seen a 1923 halfpenny with 8 pearls and a full centre diamond before. And if you look closely at the legends being the letters around the sides, around the rim of the coin, you will actually see it has a little bit of mint red still in some of the letters. Just a little bit, but it is there. You know, how does this compare with the other 1923 halfpennies we've had? I think the highest graded halfpenny we've had is a VF35, which would, I guess, rate as a, you know, about VF coin here in Australia, whereas this 1923 halfpenny, I was quite happy that it was an AU coin, an almost uncirculated coin. So this coin is several orders of magnitude better than the next 1923 halfpenny we've ever had. We'll just have a look at the reverse of it. There it is there. So there's a bit more mint red on the reverse, and a bit of a spot up on the top right hand side there at about sort of 1 o'clock or so, but it's not an active spot, it's just a bit of a dark spot, and there's a bit more mint red around there. So how many 1923 halfpennies were made? Well, they think about 23,000. PCGS has graded to 363 1923 halfpennies. And where does this AU58 brown sit? Well, out of those 363 coins, there have been, including this coin, 10 AU58 brown coins, 2 MS62 browns and 1 MS63 brown. So PCGS has only graded 3 coins higher than this one. So this is a, I won't use the numismatic term an important coin, but it's certainly one of the better coins that we've ever had. And, you know, amongst the top 20 known coins probably of this key date coin. So we were super pleased to be able to buy this coin, super amazed to see it come over the counter, and we were super pleased that PCGS graded it the grade that we expected it to be, which is AU58, and we can't wait to get it back. Right, so the next thing I wanted to talk about was a couple of US $20 coins that we bought just recently, and if you, I don't have them, oh they're over there, I can't get them. I was going to show you how big a US $20 coin is, so just hang on a second, I'll just grab it. Right, just pull the curtain back there. That's a US $20 coin there. How big is a US $20 coin? We can compare it to a 5-cent coin, so let me take it out of the flip. Right, there's a US $20 coin. So it's a gold coin, okay? That's the first thing to realise. And it's a big gold coin. How big? Well, there's about an ounce of gold in one of these things. It weighs 33 grams. It's 90% gold. And there's a 5-cent piece. Don't worry about the coins touching each other. The coin is just a bullion coin. So you can see how big it is compared to a 5-cent piece. It's bigger than a 50-cent piece. So the diameter is bigger than a 50-cent piece, and it weighs more than twice as much as a 50-cent piece. So it is a big coin. We bought this from someone in Queensland. He had a number of coins and sent us some pictures of them. And we've had our fingers burnt with US $20 coins once before. We bought one that we found out was counterfeit after we'd bought it, and it's part of the reason why we've got our XRF is to not do that again. And I have educated myself on US $20 coins, and there's the coin there. The reason why I educate myself on them is because they are faked a lot, and they aren't necessarily faked to in the same way that a 1930 penny is faked or a 1923 halfpenny is faked. They're faked because they were sold as jewellery in the Middle East and Asia a lot. So people wanted a coin to hang off of a chain or put on a ring or something like that. And as a consequence, there's a lot of US fake $20 coins that still have gold in them. So the fake one that we bought that we did our dough on only had 80% gold instead of 90%. Now, this is part of the job that we have here, is trying to work out whether coins are real or not, because there are a fair few fakes around. So there was two $20 coins in this batch of coins that we bought from a gentleman in Queensland. There was this one, which is a 1910S St Gordon's $20. St Gordon's being the name of the person who designed both sides of this coin, and this is largely held as one of the most beautiful coins ever designed, with the eagle on the obverse and Lady Liberty striding forwards on the reverse there. There were over 2 million of these made, so this is not a rare coin, and by not rare, even in uncirculated condition, these coins only sell for just 10% or so above their gold value. So even an uncirculated one only sells for about 10% above their gold value. It weighs 33.44 grams. It's 90% gold, and it contains 0.968 of an ounce of gold. Now this one here, we tested it with our XRF. It was 90% gold. We weighed it. It weighs 33.43 grams. I've looked at the design, and you can see the picture of the coin there. It's fairly well struck. You know, it's got what you'd expect to see on it. And when I saw the not so good photos of this coin that the person in Queensland sent us, I was pretty content that it was a real coin. Now the next coin, not so much. So this next one is another US $20 coin, or I should say it purports to be. It's a 1904p coronet head $20 coin. It should be exactly the same specifications as the last coin I showed you. So it should weigh 33.44 grams, should be 90% gold. Now, when I saw the pictures of this coin, I had my doubts immediately, because especially if you look on the reverse, you can see that all the lettering around the rim is quite soft, which is unusual. And the stars on the obverse are quite soft, and there's just something about the portrait that doesn't look quite right. So when the coin got here, the first thing we did is stick it on the scales, and hey ho, it's about 1.8 grams underweight. Now that's enough to raise red flags. We tested it with the XRF, and it tests very consistently at 22 carat, so it is higher purity gold than that other $20 coin I showed you, which is really interesting. Higher purity gold than the other $20 coin. But what really clinched it for me, other than the weight, was the fact that there's actually planchet cracks on the reverse of the coin, and that probably comes, and not die cracks, planchet cracks, so little cracks in the gold. That probably comes from a poorly cast blank that this thing was struck from. Now, it was definitely struck, but it was almost certainly struck as a jewellery copy, and you can tell that because it's X-mount, and if you look at the reading on the top of the coin, you can actually see where the mount was removed, and someone has cut edge reading by hand into it, which looks quite distinctive from the normal struck edge reading. So, you know, what does that make this coin worth? Well, funnily enough, it's probably still worth about the same as the other coin, because they really are both just gold bullion. The difference is that the other coin will sell it as a coin, and this coin will actually melt it down and have it refined and turned into pure gold. So this coin is destined for the melt. This not coin is destined for the melt pot. And there's another fake that will be taken off the market. So that's just sharing a little bit of sort of our day-to-day activities in here, the things that we have to be careful of. Luckily, with that coin, the gentleman that we bought it off of, he's going to still get about the same amount of money, because it's still a gold coin and it still weighs a good amount, as if it was a real coin, but we won't be selling this as a coin. Right, that's it for today. It's a bit of a shorter one today, but that's the way it is sometimes. As I said, we are closed from this Saturday until June the 4th, reopening on June the 5th. Our website will be closed as of Wednesday. We won't be answering emails or phone calls when we're closed, and if there are mint releases, please don't bother contacting us when we're closed, because we won't have time, unfortunately, to address any emails before we get back, and Facebook messaging will be switched off, and probably the phone messages will be switched off as well, so you won't be able to leave a message on our phone. If you are one of our regular customers and you know who you are, please be assured that you'll be taken care of by us when we get back if there are some mint releases. There is a mint release. It'll be announced tomorrow, I believe, so just watch out on our Facebook page. We'll announce that tomorrow. We won't the release isn't happening before we leave, so there's nothing we can do about that. But the stock will be held for us by the mint, and we'll get it when we come back, so don't worry about it. We will look after you as best that we can. Thanks everyone for watching the videos, and I guess we'll be back in about 4 weeks time. So bye for now. Happy collecting.